Hello and welcome back to another episode of PSY-POD. This is the podcast about nothing, where we have local people talking about local things and also other things. And we're here joined with Inola. So people who want Inola back, rejoice.
My previous episode, no one.
Yes. Sorry,
Sorry,
we're recording this in odd time, so actually we're not track. But if this is back to back now. Wow, Inola, how do you feel?
I feel very good.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Sorry, we're sharing one mic there because I messed up. My mic channel is new, but then like always. But before we get into it, let's introduce our guest for today more. So please, can you look into the camera and say hello to our local and international fans?
Okay. Hi everyone, Kuzuzampo. This is Regita. You can call me Regi.
Yeah. And then what else? What would people know you from or of?
I'm an entrepreneur and advocate, but when I was younger, I used to do a little bit of modeling, acting, and a little bit of social media content creation. Not right now, but once upon a time.
Okay, we can get into that. Okay, with that being said, PSY-POD starts.
PSY-POD. PSY-POD.
Nice.
Okay. So before we begin, we always have to thank DOMCIIP for supporting this podcast. You see the crispy mics and the audio right now is because of them. So thank you to them first and foremost. And then also our lovely PODHEADS, our members who help directly support this podcast. So please bear in mind, Pema, Chuzek, Drakpaaa, RINXIN, Bonde 69, Deki, Inola, 18 Jan, Chuksss, Phuntsho, Wangchen, Gyelmo, Yunseri, Mr. 2S, Pukchi, Ogintech, Arsenal gunning for second, nice. Dhendupnw, Leo, tip 3.13k, Jimmy Samdrup, Deki, Lhazom, Palmo, Wangdi, Palmo, Nimatobs, Jamyang, Petso, Zambia, Chimi, Tttt, Chimi, Jintaka, KCSME, Kezon, Lhazzzy, Tashlapems, Kizadem, they are one problem guy, Pema, Hogi, Chance Spike, Madness, Ultramutan, Ocean, and Tashidoji. Thank you for supporting this podcast. And if you want to be a member just like this, names you just heard, the links in somewhere in the side or in the description. And okay. Anyways, enough yapping. Let's get into Regita. So Regita, can you just give us a brief idea of what? Sorry. I'll just talk here, then we'll get to her. Give us a basic what you call gist of what you do. You said before we recorded you remotely Labion here and there for some Austrian company. So can you just touch on that? What do you do?
Okay, so I think what I do is a bit complicated to explain just because it's not a very conventional way of working. So I work with 3 companies in Australia. They're my clients. Basically, I help them with their business development and marketing. Aside from that, I'm also a consultant, so I work with a few of the NGOs, youth groups here in the country, as well as in the region, like South Asia Bay. But I work remotely, so I can work from anywhere, and I get paid if only I work.
So do you work like 9 to 5,
No.
like not 9 to 5?
It's hourly basis now, so how much ever I work, that's how I earn. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say an average day in the life of your job. How does it look like?
Again, it's because I think when you work with the businesses, I'm working directly with them more, so I get to decide my timing. So I might have some few deliver project key.
Go on.
Sorry.
Yeah, so basically for the different clients, based on what their business needs are, I will do a strategy of what is needed.
Okay.
But then I get to decide. So morning, I usually go to gym. I do CrossFit at Express, SHOUTOUT Express.
Okay.
And then I go to a cafe, probably Tower Cafe, Ambient, Kikuna now. And then I just work for a few hours and then go back. And then I can work for a few hours, depending on how I feel. So every day looks different for me. I get to decide.
Okay, so when you say work love the more, what are you doing? Like making some scheduling, contacting, calling some people, doing some emails. What does that entail of that work?
So first the strategy. So I help businesses with their strategy, be it in terms of like how do they even maybe create some of their content, products, promotion, all of that. I also help them edit their videos, their posters, all those campaign branding materials.
Okay.
I do that too.
Okay. So it's like a little bit of digital marketing,
Yes.
comms, huh?
Yes.
Comms work.
Yes. I didn't study this, but I'm in this now.
Okay.
So
And
you do branding and all that?
Yes.
Branding.
so how did you get into this, Mappa? How did you get this job?
So interesting. I think in my university, I studied in a very liberal arts university where we were asked to do many projects by ourselves, like some international events and all that, where we had to take over the marketing, the promotion of the events. So that's where we just learned basic Canva and all that, but initially the...
Canva,
Yeah.
Canva, oh, you're a Canva user.
Yes.
Pro or free user?
Pro.
Canva Pro is okay.
Sorry, Dhendupnw, we stick with the free fonts this event.
No, my clients pay for my Canva account. Yeah. But
You
then
charge it in your fees?
Yes.
Oh, damn, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
most
should.
underrated Canva feature.
Yeah, exactly. It's so easy. But basically, in college, I learned few marketing, and then I worked with the NGO. So, and I was interning with UN also. So, in that also, my field was in comms and advocacy now. So again, you learn how to promote campaigns, create campaigns, and then somehow I was offered a job in a digital marketing company in Bhutan before I graduated.
Okay.
And I did that for 8 months, very intense, hardcore, like 9 to 9 p.m. kind of job. Stressed me out a lot, but taught me a lot too. And then my face was paralyzed. I quit the job, and 4 months I took a gap. And then, yes.
What? Wait, you
know.
just like 0 to 100 there?
Yeah, the drama, yeah.
What the hell? Okay.
Basically, I really put all my heart and soul into that first job. And it taught me a lot about marketing, a lot of networks. And then I was offered a consultant position by Australia Awards for one entrepreneurship program where I again helped them develop the digital story. All of that, but good networks. And then later on, I reached out to my network, found clients, businesses. Yes.
Girl boss.
Hustler.
Okay, so is that your only source of income, or do you have other good stuff you do?
I mean, that's not my only source of income. So again, I say I'm a consultant because there are times when I have some private companies in Bhutan also reach out to me for some of their marketing campaigns. So I help them with that. Some NGOs in the country or in the region, like INGOs, they also call me as an advocate, as a consultant. So I help them with some of their projects. So I try to look around for opportunities because again, I don't have a 9-to-5 job or a contract that bounds me to one company. So I am just always exploring.
So did you always wanted to do this when you grew up? 중국 안을 배우다 아니면 배우는 배우다.
Not really. I think I grew up being a very passionate advocate, just wanting to I guess.
What were your inspirations? What were your inspirations?
Turnberg.
I mean, I was a very geeky person actually. I was very much into my academics, but I also wanted to really just build my confidence. So I joined modeling at a young age. I was 13 when my dad signed me up for a modeling class.
Modeling class?
Yeah, Bhutan.
Bhutan.
Yeah,
It has to be.
I know. We paid, I think, 10,000 for
Damn!
that.
Okay, sorry.
10 or 13,000 for that class. But then because I happened to be taller than the lot, I
stood out.
Yeah, I no more than stood out. I was like,
Catapulted me.
yes. No, they thought I was okay to take part in the modeling shows. So I used to do that for a long time. But then when you are doing modeling in the country, especially as a young girl, teenager, a lot of slut shaming, judgment, right?
Okay, that's a lot of worms to unpack, huh? Okay, let's unpack that. Well, no. So you were already let's say going for runway. It was
Yes.
13.
No, so 13 I joined this modeling class, right?
Yeah.
14 there was an international.
When did you debut?
14 because there was an international show, and it was all international models and ajams. And from my batch, I was the tallest.
Okay.
So I was picked for my height, I guess. Yeah.
How tall were you then? Have you grown till then, or was you are you still there?
Now it's the same. I mean, 5'8".
Damn! At what? 14?
Yeah, around
Wow,
5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, man. I think you're taller than most guys also at that age.
No, but models in the modeling world, even 5'8" is short. So I was
Really?
always the shortest amongst the rest of the international models. But in Bhutan, I happen to be taller than the rest.
Okay. So let's talk about the slut shaming also.
Yeah.
What does it come from? Oh, model ni. So model imchin mo she's a slut ansunchia.
I need to know. I mean,
I don't know. She just said it. I
no,
don't
that
know.
is true. No, that is true.
See.
Like dumb models.
But I'll see, man. Open your mind, man.
Sorry, man.
No, honestly, that was it. I was 13, 14. They thought just because I was doing modeling that I was very slutty or just dumb, no thoughts of my own, just
dumb blonde.
Dumb blonde, literally like that, And I mean, I was very much into my studies too, so I was doing well, but then they would just have these wrong misconceptions about me.
Maybe stereotyping you.
Stereotyping me, yeah.
But what about that stereotype that you were in that industry? Is that stereotype true? See, the hesitation enough. You're right, people judge, man, judge. Just kidding, go on.
No, I mean, it's so interesting because I guess a lot of young girls get into modeling because they want to grow their self-esteem more.
Okay.
But I think it's important to be led by the right mentor, the right coach, the right organization. But in Bhutan, because it was very new, a lot of young girls were, I think, very vulnerable to, I think, rich old men preying on them, luring them with money, materialism, right? And so I think, again, in my case, I was fortunate enough to be surrounded by the right people, so I did not feel a need to stray away. But I think a lot of girls, other girls felt pressured, felt like, okay, this is part of the job. Like, I want to be glamorous. I want to stay glamorous. How
Some
do you maintain that
Weinstein
lifestyle?
shit,
No, exactly.
Oh, shit, okay.
It was
Damn.
getting very scary. So I took a step back.
Okay, so like, okay, you're saying you're surrounded by the right people to at least tell you like these people can exist and you don't need to go that path more. So I've got that. So like, what was going through the girls who did stray into that path? What was going through their head? Oh, this guy's provided me some financial assurance, career assurance. So better I go there. Is that what they're going through?
Exactly. I mean, like, so when you think about modeling, you're like, oh, glamorous, right?
Yeah,
you want to maintain the glamorous lifestyle, shoes, dress, hair. You need money for that, right?
Makes sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense. I think the same thing happens to drag girls also, man. I think.
I think so.
Yeah, they get into that podium where they need to live that, what you said, that luxurious
Yeah.
glamour life.
Yeah.
And they need to sustain it. And they need a certain amount to sustain it.
Yeah.
And they'll try to
I
find
mean,
ways
they feel
to...
pressure too because the system, no, like literally, like I said, sometimes you're also forced, coerced. Oh no, these are the guests that are coming to the show. Like, you have to be nice to them, as models, be dainty, like, don't talk too much.
But does it have to matter about what kind of brand color you're wearing, how much makeup you have on? Does it have an effect
You
on
want
that?
to stand out? It's very competitive. You know?
Oh, damn, pick me energy.
No.
Yes, pick me, man.
Come to you, don't
Pick me then. Pick me.
No, I don't think it's
No,
pick
it's
me.
not that, man.
I think it's more like a slow, like trying to fit in. Like I said, like a young
It's
girl.
their circle, man.
Assimilate,
It's
yeah.
their circle.
Oh,
man.
Okay.
yeah.
So it might be different. Kongi circle.
All right. Okay, you have any question to follow that? No.
Sorry.
Okay, so then modeling Chemo Gamchin's Bay, and you said you stopped doing it, man. So when was that, and why did you come to that decision?
I was doing it in Bhutan, and I was getting few shows in India, which
Nice.
was fun to travel. When you're young, right, and you do these professional shows, you understand how it's like
Industry
bigger
folks. Yeah.
than in Bhutan. And then when I was studying in Bangladesh, I did few shows there as well, like few fashion weeks, and it was really nice. But at the same time, I think I realized that it was very unrealistic, and the pressure it was putting on me was a lot, like because you have to maintain your certain weight, low certain feature, all of that. And as someone who wanted to continue studying, I could not really balance that in my schedule back then, in my dreams as well. I felt like I had done enough of it, learned enough from it, and I knew that going forward, that was just not my call after that. So till like I think 20.
But then did you see like a career path in it if you maybe you had pursued it?
I mean, in India,
Okay.
yes, definitely.
So, like, what do you say? Let's say someone's watching this and they want to be an aspiring model. What would you say? Knowing what you have gone through.
Oh.
Yeah. What are some key takeaways?
I mean, honestly, I think for me, I joined modeling because I was under depression when I was 13. So I was diagnosed with depression. So I was very much low in self-esteem, and modeling felt very like a spot where I could be anyone, right? Because you're walking on the ramp, all
It's
attention's
like a
on you.
release of
Yeah,
emotion.
you could be somebody else, an escape. But then I think, as glamorous as it seems, is not. And it's very dangerous. So I think if you're a young person wanting to pursue modeling, in Bhutan, to be honest, I think as a hobby you can. And now the social media more, you don't always have to be in someone's control or agency. You can do it on your own. But if you really want to take it professionally, I think at a young age, it's important for you to know exactly where, know where you fit. Example, because modeling, you have like runway low, different kinds of modeling, and in which region, like certain features sell in different regions, so it's important to be practical. So I hope you have better, guardians around you that can help you navigate that. And also remember that, because again, modeling doesn't have to be the one thing you do. It could always be one thing you do at the side. So don't feel pressured, but also remember that it's not as glamorous as it seems.
Yeah, that's actually some solid practical advice. I really appreciate it. And also, like you said about the face, it's not like, I think every girl who models, like, it's my opinion too, they want to feel pretty, and maybe in the industry, like, Yeah, you're pretty, but maybe that face doesn't work for our catalog, whatever, whether it be high fashion or whatever other things which I don't know. So I get what you're saying. So you have to be practical, which
Yeah,
more.
and like again, so the social media now, you don't have to always listen to them. You could do it on your own page, promote, have your own portfolio, use your platform. You could do it by yourself. Just don't let the industry, I think, make you
Dictate,
feel
yeah.
bad and dictate you in your direction.
It's become much easier to be seen.
Yes,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
true.
But I remember like Regita first time Tomdara, it was when you were in high school, I think. And Chicharo Jimizang Chicharo. She bought her and Lo Lap Tang I thought she was very smart because Jimizama is smart, so obviously.
Thank you.
So I didn't know she modeled also. So that was my first impression of you. So do you think Anzum Bechalhamdi it has really helped you in the modeling world also to have a keen interest in academics? How do you think it falls into the modeling world as well?
Yes, I mean, I think it really taught me about my rights, my voice, my agency, that I didn't have to tolerate, all the wrongs that were being happening. I didn't have to just like follow. Chungale, I was like, okay, because I was like studying and I really was into my academics. And again, I had a really good supportive environment, network. So I knew that I didn't have to tolerate it. Again, most young people don't know about their own rights. So they don't know when they're being exploited.
Ooh.
In my case, fortunately, I knew it. And so I could always raise it. I would always voice it out. I might have seemed like uncomfortable and disturbing to work with, but then that's because I wasn't willing to, like, in a way, compromise on my comfort. So yeah, I think it's important to be educated.
Okay, let's move past. Okay, so speaking of what you've learned in this job more, college and how come that didn't translate to a career in that?
I mean, so I studied politics, philosophy, economics as a major.
Damn, what the hell? So many words.
Okay.
PPE, yes.
Okay.
And gender studies as my specialization.
Okay.
So that's my passion.
Okay.
Again, because I want to know about my own rights and wrongs. I wanted to know. So that's what I studied. And in my uni, we would be doing many of these programs, campaigns, protests also at times. Very liberating, very empowering. Women's University.
So PPE basically how the world operates.
Yes,
politics,
it's
philosophy, economics.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'll give a good question actually when you put that way. Like when I was nah, like this. Like hey, what you're talking about the world and the politics. I was reading The Alchemist and anyways, that's another story. So basically when I was living in Japan, I shouted to masters they were doing in political science and I had no clue, and they gave me like the concept of soft power, and last we talked about in other episodes. So I understand soft power, how people influence and shit like that. So similarly, like what you studied more, is there something like a nice tidbit of nugget of information that you can give us, like what you learned? Like there's something concept like this, and that's how it works.
Psychological tips in
anything like I told you knew what concept of soft power, right? Like how K-pop and K-drama is soft power of Korea to make we think Korea is nice, it's cool,
it's very
because the strategy to make the image of the country look like pindax. So that's soft power. So similarly, something similar like that from your degree and your minor which you learned, like a psychological thing that is prevalent everywhere, but we don't really see it or think about it.
Okay, that's difficult.
First 5 minutes.
No man, I'm curious for like what's degree logic man. Something must be there, man. I can talk about something in filmmaking. You can talk something in business, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Sorry.
Okay. I don't like politics, and that's why I studied politics.
Okay.
Because if you don't want to like something, you have to know enough about it to hate it.
Yeah, okay, cool enough.
So there's a statement: personal is political. I think that's really powerful. Most people are like, "Oh, I want to stay away from politics. Nothing to do with me, remember?" But that's actually wrong. You can never stay away from politics. Whatever you do in your personal space, be it in your marriage, be it in your friendship, whatever, that is very much political. Everything you do. So every part of your life is political, and that is why it's important to be a very engaging citizen, like of the world, of the country.
Oh, some Priyanka Chopra dialogue, huh? The citizen of the world. Okay, go on, sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, that can be elaborated further,
Okay.
but personal is political.
Okay, can you give us an example?
Like, I need this example, no? Like, okay, what example do I give? I just told you that, but let's say about marriage, no? Nana, it's like within the household. Kim, you don't have to talk about it. That's my personal life, etc. But the way marriage as an institution is being enforced in our countries in the law in itself is political. Same-sex marriage is currently not legal. Why then? That's unfair, right? if it's not political, why is it not given to everybody?
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's one example too.
So you think that's political? Why?
Everything is political. Everything is strategized. Like even the way laws are put in place, the way, example, different offenses in the country have different. Oh, I think this is too extreme. No.
Okay, don't worry. We can take a step back. Don't worry. We like living in Bhutan. Okay.
Can I ask a question? Or
Yes.
Light-hearted bear.
Light-hearted. Okay, I have a good question next, but you go on.
Who was your childhood best friend? Do you have? Huh?
Oh wow.
Any memorable childhood best friend? Why not? Everyone has one.
Okay, let's talk about
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, I didn't really believe in the concept of best friends.
Good friend, good homie.
They're friends. I loved just being friends with everybody. And you know, when you have one best friend, it's like, oh, there's an award given to this one, and the rest are neglected. But then,
Childhood, like your pal, your sandbox friend.
Talking here now, make it crispy.
I mean,
lost touch.
yeah, I think so. I did have. I think my first official best friend, her name is Dayang. So I remember we studied together since like we were like 3 years of age, and I think we grew up together. But now we're not close enough. She's in Australia, but I think growing up it was really fun, just like navigating life with her. High school now, boy dramas, just quarrels. But yeah, I think Dayang is my first childhood best friend.
Where is she now?
I think in Australia.
I guessed it.
Everyone is in Australia.
Okay. Anis Jindibi. So you said you're doing marketing consulting memo for brands. So let me ask some free advice from you.
Okay.
Let's do a little case study to just understand what you do. Okay. Let's say PSY-POD needs your services.
Okay.
So what services would you provide to make PSY-POD bigger and more successful?
How do you think we should brand?
Yeah. So give us a case study.
Note on the paper. Keep the TP. Lose the TP.
TPs are branding.
No, I think that's cute. But I would have like a PSY-POD ki logo on the TPs too.
But we have it in the cups.
That's not enough. I don't.
That's not
Is this the logo? No.
No, it's not the logo.
Exactly. So
Okay.
your branding is missing.
Okay,
I would wear similar
merch, huh?
merch colors that are related to your brand. What's your brand colors?
Oh, black and white maybe.
No.
Okay.
What's your logo color? Your brand color should be based on the logo.
Logo is black and white.
Impact
okay.
font in the
Impact.
bold.
It's not impact. Okay,
But
it's
then-
Montserrat.
I mean, psychologically or even like in terms of marketing, yellow is a very good color. Red, that attracts audience. So I would use some very popping colors
Okay,
that
sure.
Fits into your brand properly, the theme of your brand. Or like depends on what kind of content you want to create.
Okay, so we're a comedy, non-serious podcast where we talk about all things.
What color
youth.
do you think PSY-POD is?
I think of yellow,
Okay, yellow. Okay.
like humor, bright,
Okay,
very very sharp yellow. I think that'd be nice. So basically, branding wise, that
yellow. Okay.
I'd
Warmish
also
side, maybe.
the
Warmish side.
warm
maybe.
way, bright way, cheerful. Yellow is cheerful,
Oh,
right? You
okay.
think of that, and you
Wow.
want people to resonate your brand with cheerfulness.
Right now I feel like my color guide and the color bindu. Have you seen that?
Color analysis.
Right now I feel like that is
Yeah, it's
happening,
for your
but-
brand.
Okay,
That's
go
there.
on.
Second, I guess in terms of Chiki Gashlo, the podcast promotion, I would do more teasers online on different channels.
Okay.
And have them be in different formats, reels, posters,
Okay.
so that it creates the hype.
Okay.
And even when you announce your guest, I would do like, guess who the guest is, something like that. Post.
Who's that Pokemon?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay, fine.
TikTok
Good
na,
advice.
some challenges.
Okay.
Jingle do, I would do a challenge with your jingle.
Okay.
Yeah. And also I would seek for more sponsorships.
Yeah, I'm looking for
Yeah.
that. I'm looking towards that.
But be very be very professional about it. You go to different, you would not realize it, but then you should go to different companies in the country as well to a presentation, a pitch, and get the new sponsorship. You could have a gold sponsorship, bronze sponsorship, silver sponsorship.
Yeah, I have something like that right now. I have something already ready like that.
Yes, yeah.
But then
that.
usually I just send it through WhatsApp, PDF. What did you recommend? Get a meeting,
No, oh
do
my
a whole
God,
pitch deck and everything.
You should do a meeting for sure.
Okay.
You want them to know you. You
Okay.
all are the brand, right?
Okay.
So they have to get to know you to know, to be convinced in your brand.
Okay.
But and last but not the least, I guess, Gashlo, sponsorship now. After sponsorship, let's see.
Strategy.
After sponsorship.
My strategy.
Make
Strategy.
money.
When you get me. Strategy.
Why twice?
Strategy.
Shout out
Huh?
twice.
Get you, baby.
So I completely lost my chain of thoughts.
Strategy. When you me.
It's okay.
It's okay. Thank
That's
you.
done, man.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. Okay. Right now, I'll tell you what I've been doing. Okay. Well, you can tell me either it's what I've been doing wrong, what I can do more or do better. Okay. Just give a little case study. It'll help me also, and maybe it'll help you like
Oh, no, I was
get people get an idea. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. You said you have a membership more.
Yeah.
To make it more exciting, to have more people join the membership, I would do like merch giveaways
Yeah.
of some sort.
Oh, yeah, by the way, 10K.
Yeah,
By the way, okay.
Congratulations on the 10K.
Let's do what's done.
Okay. Yeah. Give us a thing there.
I mean, depending on your budget, you could start as simple as you said you have a badge more. You have a badge. I would do like a bracelet. I think that's really not a bracelet. What do you call those? Wristbands.
Wristband. Yeah.
That's cute.
Okay.
Do you know what we did for our Junorgi 1K giveaway?
We give a T-shirt
gave
no.
potatoes
Oh, potato.
with the 3 winners ki don printing shop na jo staple be mo.
Oh, that's cute.
The message the shirt design.
Oh, that your shirt design is very good. Yeah. Do you have a community on Instagram for your members?
No.
You should have that. More engagement.
Okay.
Hey, we're shooting this podcast today. Some snippets from.
I don't know how to
BTS.
do that. Is it a broadcast channel? No?
Yeah, broadcast channel.
Okay,
It's very
guys, I'll
easy.
put you in. Okay, thanks for the advice. I don't know how to do it, so but I'll try to do it. I thought Discord, but no one uses Discord in
No,
Bhutan.
Instagram.
Instagram.
Or even WhatsApp group chat, so that they get the behind the scenes in real time, and that's something to look forward to, right?
That's nice.
That's nice. Okay.
Discord na tupni me.
Tier 2 coming soon. Podhead Pro, man. Let's go.
Pro Max nam ne
Pro Max, we have to think of new perks you can give there. That she give good things to put into that perks. No, we'll put a WhatsApp group and everything. Okay, what was it? I was thinking this is so. Why the toilet paper is here is because my first mic before this we used to a little what do you call pocket mic in bar, and there was no stand. So I put a TP and I put it there, and then did it for a couple of episodes and it became like brand
Oh, that's cute.
proper merchandise. So that's why I keep it here out of honor for that. So maybe I was thinking as a giveaway for 10K, I'll give a big toilet paper to somebody, big case.
That's nice.
Yeah.
In the future, you could have your logos printed on the toilet paper, so that
Yeah.
every time they take a shit,
Yeah.
they remember you.
So when you wipe your ass, you think about SHOUTOUT, okay? Maybe you can listen to SHOUTOUT whilst you wipe your
Yeah,
ass.
exactly.
Ah.
Me sum no jin why not one.
Okay,
You have a lot of members.
Okay,
Why not 10? You know.
Why not 10 toilet papers?
okay. Next episode, I'll select 3 random people from the subscribers, and Gashilonga, I'll give 3 big toilet paper to hap the chime dauchi lambe to abachani.
Any
3
episode na
people.
bela mete members to comment bela mete.
Comment
Get the
to
giveaway, huh?
comment to where?
I don't know.
For more engagement more. Okay,
Yeah.
comment what?
Algorithm, you want more
Okay,
engagement.
what should they comment?
Uh,
What should they comment? Something that you're the special
I
expert.
mean,
I'll ask you, the consultant.
the most creative ways of using TP, I guess.
I think there should be a word, so I can do a word
A
generator.
word, yeah.
A word, SciPot. Huh? Sci paper, toilet paper, pod paper. Must say something. Come, think about
Wipe
something.
your words clean. I don't know.
That's a long phrase, something simple. Huh?
Psypotty.
SciPot, yeah.
SciPot.
Okay, PSY-PODHEADS. Okay, comment and then everyone will be eligible for the toilet paper giveaway.
Yeah, party giveaway.
SciPot giveaway for 10K. Thank you
10K,
guys.
yeah.
I would not have come here without you guys. So all the people who watched Tenzin episodes and the Rebellions episode, and everybody who would have come in, even for someone who watched it because of her today, comment bay who knows toilet paper chi. Next time you wipe your ass, it could be from us. Okay, now we'll go back. Okay, right now we've been doing what I've been doing, Lapsa. Podcasts weekly. Sometimes we have well wishers who say, I want to sponsor the food for this week. And then sometimes they send me an MBOB. And then, we have a grant from DOMCIIP, so somewhat we can handle like SHG refreshments here and the mics as well, so that's covered. And another way of income is from the YouTube ad, obviously, but memberships. And finally, it's like you said, sponsorships. So somewhat, I can get like one episode sponsored, and usually in that, what it entails is like an ad, mid-roll ad, where we say, hi, welcome to, before we get back to the video, think about water. Water is very nice. You get it in Olaka. Now back to the video. We do that. So how should I advance on that?
I mean, you can try for more grants, international grants, be it in the field of entrepreneurship or creative grants for young entrepreneurs, youth groups. There are a lot of grants like this.
Okay.
So you should try for those. It's easy. And I think yours convincing. You already have a platform, Tuba. So Ani grant if you propose like okay 1 season of PSY-POD, you can get big grants for that too. Actually,
who are these people? Let me contact.
again just Google search away.
Okay, later after. Okay, so let's do for junior, or Bayu.
No, it's okay.
Let's get started.
Consulting services free with
Okay, simple advice you'd give for Inola has obviously Junior Studios, which is a digital, production company where you see music videos like Zamyang, maybe, or like Momedra, stuff like that. And the other one is he's also part of the rap collective or the boy band, as I call it, Bayul. What advice would you give for the rap collective and for Junior Studios? Just like some bite-sized advice.
Again, branding-wise, I think y'all should you should have a themed brand. I mean, like those shirts that you're wearing also when you go to these shows and all that. That's the easiest one. Even if it's the same color, but then having your logo there. And again, staples, merch, no, that you can see K-pop Nalipaya. So again, wristband, something simple that you give to your fan is a good initiative. I mean, that engages or encourages people to listen to you, first of all. I think second is, YouTube now, I'm sure you have many videos more. But I think you should go beyond YouTube. So Instagram, the Facebook, the engagement-wise, again, for you all to create some channels, that'll be nice to stay engaged with the fans. But to you personally, I was talking to Lekzin about this yesterday, actually. I don't know, I feel like if you go in the trajectory of Joji, I feel like you fit his vibe.
Joji, man.
Yeah. Joji.
Jose, let's go, man.
No, I love Joji, and like he was a YouTuber, right, Hema?
Yeah.
And now he's such a good, talented musician. But it was a very nice curve for him. But
hard left.
me and Lekzin, we both agree. I feel like you can go the same trajectory and be so successful.
So that is pink guy era. Pink guy or Filthy Frank.
If you don't love me at my pink guy era, you don't deserve me at my sanctuary era. Give me love era. Give me love.
Oh, also different themes for different releases. Like
concepts.
Like
K-pop.
Yeah. That'd be really fun.
Where Beogi and Nigashla. Sad boy era.
Exactly. Or a storyline. Chapter 1, chapter 2, what happened. Basically a
boy
theme.
loves him.
Exactly.
Charo in loves him.
Yes.
I have a
Charo in coma.
Zonko version in how does the chorus go? BTS fan in BTS fan in
I like them.
I think I'll lose all the BTS.
I like the songs.
BTS fans swing mechanism.
So let's segue to K-pop. Are you into K-pop?
Yeah. I mean, I'm married to a K-pop artist.
Oh yeah, you told me. Fill the audience in about what about that.
This is my husband. His name is Kim Mingyu.
Yeah.
She bias tracker
He's my
eternal
husband.
bias.
He's my husband.
How long have you been imaginary married to him?
So I met him in 2023. I went to his concert, so we were breathing the same air, We got.
When did you know he was the one?
When he glanced at her for 1.5 seconds.
He couldn't even see me. I was all the way to the back. But no, the moment I saw him, I was like, oh. No, honestly, I loved his humor, his kindness, the way he cooks for his members, how funny he is.
So, who role did you group?
Supposed to be in the hip hop.
Kogalo, by the way.
Kim Mingyu.
Which group?
17.
17.
Yes, 17.
17. No. When I was living in Japan, I saw the posters.
Yes, they're really big in Japan.
Yeah, they're really big in Japan. They're really
What are
big.
there some of the songs?
You said Don't Wanna Cry. Hot. Fire. Super. Sonogong.
Sonogong. Debut era recently K-pop
You should keep up.
So that's your number one favorite group in 17.
Yes.
Because of him.
Yes.
Does he have a solo album?
Not really. He had one song with Wonu. But then 17 as a group, I really liked the whole harmony in the group. They're very childish, but also very genuine. Just like bunch of friends together, very real compared to the rest. If I can say so.
Has to be SMO, man.
No, now Hype.
I told you.
Hype acquired their
Slash.
group production, yeah.
Hype is owning everything. They're becoming Samsung now.
Yeah.
Almost everything. Are you a New Jeans fan?
I love New Jeans and I'm so sad for them.
Yeah. NGZ now.
NGZ,
whatever I think. So, what other girl groups do you like?
XG.
Oh, I love XG.
I love XG. Oh my god.
XG, I'm a big fan.
Man.
Yes, XG. Kiss of Life?
Oh yeah. Igloo. I listened to Igloo recently.
Kiss of
I like
Life.
Natty.
Natty is really cute. Yeah.
Recent K-pop.
She team in Igloo. Khazim she nim tamo chumo. I was like, Nola Igloo. Damn, I'm in the
always
twice.
twice.
We listened to 9 Twice videos in a row. Nola Igloo.
Always
Damn,
Twice.
Oh, you're. What do they call it in Twice?
Once.
Ah, yeah.
I'm also a once, but not as much as Nola. Nola mingar by heart cheve mo. Kunsi lore cheve mena.
Mishiwa. Mingshi. Lord Mishido. Mingshi.
There are 9 members in mo. 7 in na.
There are 9 members.
9 in mo. Wow, that's a big super group.
17 has 13 members.
Damn, they don't have. You should have 17.
No.
Why were they called 17?
So because it's 13 members, 3 groups, and 1 big group. So 13 plus 3 plus 1. Hip hop, vocal, and performance.
Okay.
Okay, very nice. And Buddhism gyan some same cheat if you wanna know, man.
mama.
If you wanna drop in some Buddhism, you will know. And 108 kishega, you know.
Hey, you told me. You can
108.
enlighten her.
Like then
Why
we
the
back
number?
to K-pop.
Why
but
10
I
is
think
a
that's an
very-
interesting
Oh,
fact.
okay. I
Spiritual
didn't know.
significance.
Okay.
Because Buddhism nang achi 108 dumina.
Please,
108
She's
chorten
going. Nothing.
Okay, so there are 108 chorten zemina. So 108 gi significance tani mes in Buddhism. There are 108 emotions that you can feel.
Wow.
In the-
Actually, 82,000. Baba.
Anjum I'm not sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but
Fact check.
first you take all the senses, the sense of touch, feeling, smell, seeing, all of these, then you multiply. Did these 5 senses happen in the future, past, or present, times 3?
3.
Were
15.
these experiences pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral? Danji.
Interesting.
Is it Anzumchi? They'll multiply all the circumstances, then you get 108 circumstances, emotional, and that you can feel.
That's interesting.
Andu.
So how do you come to 108?
Yeah.
108 because she said 17 members, 13 plus
13 plus 3 plus 1.
Yeah, so I need much the same emotions multiply
Numbers,
by add show in 108 things. Yeah.
Machi chimne 108 I think.
Oh,
You're conquering
108.
everything, no? All the emotions that you can feel, brother.
Oh, okay.
That's really cool. I didn't know this.
But then last time I went to an Jiva, Kanjur Lapsa, and my mom was saying there were 82,000 letters in the Kanjur because of 82,000 emotions we feel.
Wow, I'm
So I don't know. Please fact check us. Expert man. We just what do you call it?
What kind of anger, man? Hangry? Are you hungry? Angry?
Oh, there. Sub anger. Hangry.
Angry.
Hangover angry.
Multiple angers.
Okay, interesting.
But back to K-pop.
Back to K-pop.
Yeah.
Are you into K-drama?
Yeah.
You look like someone who's really into Singles Inferno.
No, not
No,
really.
yeah, okay, sorry, I was wrong.
La? No, I'm into really like wholesome dramas, like Reply 1988,
Hometown Cha-Cha Tai.
Hometown Cha-Cha. I think I just watched few episodes. Kim Son-ho,
Then the weightlifting.
Ferry, Kim Bok-joo.
Kim
Oh, I've
Bok-joo.
heard about
Yes, of course. They were dating in
That's
real
nice.
life.
Yeah.
And they broke up, yeah.
Krishnanga, have you heard the recent K-pop scandal?
Which one?
K-drama scandal about Kim Se-ron and Kim
I
Soo-hyun.
know, yeah.
Have you heard about it?
Oh my God.
It's juicy, man.
That is very juicy.
I think it'll be best for you to fill me and Nola in.
Oh,
Can you give
okay.
us the whole tea? Okay, guys, now this is where we go into KT. Okay, this is KT section. Let's go.
Okay, so again, fact check me, but then Kim Se-ron
Interesting,
is...
man. Rotten mango level. Good. Okay, listen. Okay, go on.
Kim Se-ron was an actress, Korean actress.
Child actress.
Child actress.
I think I heard of her. Ming Dinim.
I'll Google. Go on.
You can.
Sorry.
But then basically, apparently, it is said that she was dating Kim Son-ho. Like Kim, how do you pronounce his name?
Kim Soo-hyun.
Kim So-hyun.
Kim So-hyun.
Very good looking guy. Ani Queen of Tears kiketa. Very pretty looking, very simple looking. Apparently, he was dating her when she was 16,
The
17.
Man from Nowhere. Have you seen that?
She's how old right now?
She's dead.
You're going to this.
I'm
Okay,
so
I'll
bad.
give you the tea.
I'm so
Your
bad.
tea is bad.
He's-
Bad. Okay, I'll give you the tea. Oh, Kim Se-ron. Listen, you're supposed to and then no, later on no. Direct
Sorry, Anzum miss Goosebumps get turned to page and even now. At the end,
Turn to
like,
point 17.
No, but now there's a
She's
suspense,
dead.
no
Oh,
why,
go ahead,
right?
I'll
chose the wrong.
Okay, now we have to start the story backwards now because Regita spoiled the main plot point.
I'm so bad at storytelling.
Okay, so Kim Se-ron is dead now. How is she dead? Let's find out. Years ago, flashback. She was a child actress, very popular. She was considered Korea's #1 child actor. You know, sweetheart, or big sweetheart. Come here. They won't hear what you're saying. Okay, so basically, more 15 years later, she was been very popular. Okay, but then like around 2020, she got into a little scandal.
DUI.
So she got a DUI. So she hit a transformer box and then got crashed. So another context in Korean culture, DUI is like number 3 or number 2 worst crime to do, because number 1 is drug scandal. If you get a drug scandal, PR nightmare, because Koreans are very judgmental.
Even while you're not.
Yeah, so it's like Dignam Lamja thing. If you do, it's like bad citizen, we don't like you, cancelled. Okay, but the number 2 or number 3 is like DUI. Very bad for your career, hard to recover, very rare to recover.
More for women.
Yeah, because of the what they call industry it is. No. So anyways, years go by, she's having a hard time recovering. Okay, and she's done little small roles in here, but not really in the big picture more. So anyways, we find out she's dead. Okay, we find out how she's dead. She apparently commits suicide due to pressure and all more. And Tama, all of a sudden, her mom or her family comes up and says, "You know what? We know how she died. We're going to reveal it to it." And Kim So-hyun is involved. And they're like, "Oh, how is he involved? Because he's the Korea's #1 biggest actor behind maybe BTS and Hyunmin Son. You know, very big." So, last involvement from their side of the story is like saying he and Kim Se-ron have been dating since she was 15 years old.
Yeah, so he basically groomed her. Also,
so he's way older.
Yeah,
he's like
7, I don't know, 8 years.
12 years older than her.
12, sorry.
Yeah.
Another plot twist, she committed suicide on his birthday.
Now that's a sign.
Right?
That's a huge sign.
But what's worse is, like, I think it's Korea is so patriarchal, right? And misogynistic in that sense. There are evidence of them with pictures and all that, but because Kim So-hyun has such a clean guy image, like a very pretty looking, very simple looking guy, okay, really famous, they're in denial that this happened.
So her team from her side,
case is still going
yes,
on.
yes. So case from his side, the family side is saying that more. This is the story, that okay, which is all alleged. We have to say, is that anime. He was grooming her since she was 15 years old, and to the point that they were starting dating seriously by 2019. And what the story is saying is she was in a lot of debt because anime is Korean style anime. My sister told me. Basically, when you're like a big star, you get brand deals.
Yeah.
And brand deals is not like you get paid monthly or for appearance. And I remember it's like Korean style. Let's say I get a brand deal with Dior. They say 5 years deal. Here's the money. Shipping. I get all the money. I got all the money, man. And then now I just have to behave. Now, if I get a scandal like this small, brand image damage, so I gotta pay.
Back,
I got no pay. Like damage, they'll give you this much damage. Hit pay. So she was like around 700 billion won debt, which is like about $500,000 or about almost $1 million. Which she now cancelled from the industry, has no job and cannot recover. So this girl, being like at the highest of her industry, she was doing part-time jobs also. She was spotted in cafes, doing waitressing. She was spotted in like Lhazzzy, and people, Korean culture is like they're very toxic, so they're all like shaming and naming her. And even when they saw her like doing part-time jobs, some would feel, we made her had to do this because of mistakes she made. Netizens were even worse. They were saying, look at her, Tobe, good for her. People like her cannot be a star, you cannot do this. So there was all backlash still. So what the story from the camp of her team is saying that is when they were together, he promised that he'll pay her back and he paid through debt. So she was more indebted to her. Remember that? Just like maybe coming back to your story about how people are getting exploited and maybe lured into it. So she was like trapped under his control. So they were showing text messages saying that all of a sudden she got like a court key and document saying she needs to pay all the money she owes and hasn't been paid, plus late fees. And she was like, wait, it's already been paid for by my oppa, no. So she messaged him saying, like, what's all this, all that. So apparently he just ghosted her and didn't pay for any of her shit. And now every day they're releasing more and more evidence about their relationship and their dynamic and ruining his image until he admits. But he's still not willing to admit yet. And that's the story so far.
Another detail to it, she was...
That's all politics more.
Exactly.
You see now. That's all politics.
She was in his agency, he brother agency. So when she was under their agency, so when she was expecting that payment, this came professionally too. Yeah. So it wasn't just like, oh, out of nowhere. When she was working under the agency, right? So as an agency, you're responsible for your artist. So the other agencies usually cover up for it, right? In their case, it's even more complicated because she's already having another relationship with the guy, the one of the founders of the agency. So of course her trust is broken. She's a young person, very vulnerable, backlashed, cancelled by the whole society, and the one lover that she thinks she has is
betrayed.
Yeah, betrayed, and he comes off as this very good, again, very simple guy.
So how are other celebrities reacting? Korean space now.
So there's one actor which I said that there's this movie called A Man from Nowhere. So that's the English Man from Nowhere. So that guy had a really good bond with her lower. So later on, I think for
Wonbin.
Oh, I think so. So, quote, he's taking it very badly, and he's come out and cried and said, like, how can, we mistreated her so much, we didn't appreciate. And then also, like, they were comparing the dynamic between his relationship with her compared to the oppa, the one they don't like. Like, this guy saw her as like a or like a child, and then that was their bond. But this fucker, was like, I see something to prey on.
Exactly.
So there's that dynamic also.
Heavy.
Yeah, that's ongoing. It's going to be Rotten Mango episode for sure, man.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure, Stephanie.
Okay, but that's that. So if you guys into that Korean drama which is happening right now, the real life Korean drama, let us know. What else? Do you watch Rotten Mango?
Yes.
What was your favorite episodes? Me and Inola are both big fans.
Oh no, I don't know if I can name one episode, because Rotten Mango na been, it's very intense crime, true crime. Whereas Stephanie Suna Ben, it's like about
lighthearted.
Ashley Trevino recently.
don't know about
you don't know Ash Trevino? Okay. Ash.
Okay, fill us in.
Oh my God, sorry.
Rotten Mango, it's pile up bit.
No, but Ash Trevino is like a TikToker right now, like one of the most viral, like
nothing. We know nothing.
Okay.
Best way to go in blind. Let's go.
Doji Somo in Bhutan, Ash Trevino in US.
Oh, okay.
If I can give that comparison.
Okay, we get a little vibe check. Okay, got to understand.
Oh, you don't know?
We don't know.
But basically, yeah. So she's actually just a mother who's pretty reckless, pretty like savage, very entertaining. Life no only, like very vulgar. But the fact that Stephanie Su did a Rotten Mango episode on her tells you that she's fucked up real big, right? Otherwise, because it's just otherwise a normal person.
Yeah.
But you all should really catch up on Ash Trevino. I mean, I don't want to give her more attention, but she's because it's sometimes too vulgar. She's like, again, like an old woman, like flirting with young guys on live, very flashy, very dirty. She has a song called like My Nunu. You know how it smells? Ask Santos.
Wow.
Okay. So what is the scandal then? What is the scandal? She killed somebody?
No.
She scammed somebody?
She's a horrible mother.
No, it's just because she's a horrible person.
She's a horrible person.
Like Johnny Somalia Zumbea.
No, worse.
Worse, yeah.
You know her, Ash Trevino. Yeah, oh my God. Like, how can you not know Ash Trevino?
Sorry, we're not in that loop, no.
She has a song also. She released a song called like, you know how it smells? Ask Santos. Santos is a 19-year-old boy that she flirted with live now.
Okay.
He knows how it smells.
Okay, I don't think we should know that, man. So it's just about detailing an episode about how horrible a person she is. And she's done this, she's done that.
Also, so she took her daughters, minors, to Bop House. Do you know Bop House? You don't know Bop House?
What is Bop House? Sounds like a club, isn't it? Is it a club?
So it's young women in America who do OnlyFans. They have their content house called Bop House. They earn like millions of dollars a month.
Okay, I can get it.
Yeah.
I can get OnlyFans, obviously.
Yeah, but Ash Trevino took her minor daughters to the Bop House.
Okay.
Minor kids made daughters to a Bop House, which again is a bunch of women doing OnlyFans, but
doing explicit content. Okay.
But as a mother, imagine instead of taking them to Disney, you're taking them to Bop House. She's not even buying them like bed frames. The daughters don't have beds, are not being fed properly. So basically, Stephanie.
Don't tell me the children are.
No. Right now, Haley. I should not know much about. I don't want to. But yeah, I don't know why I know all this. But yeah, basically, Stephanie did a episode on Ash Trevino. Yeah.
When do you usually watch Stephanie Su? Lalu drive builder, lalu la builder nimme. When is your frequency timing aligned with
Again, I don't have a very a fixed schedule during the day, so whenever I wanna watch it, I don't really have a fixed time where.
Like what? Working out, driving, or we're doing the dishes, or doing housework. What is the prime time?
Oh no, when I'm working. When I'm working, I also listen to a podcast.
No, that's chin nammo, chin yoda imo.
You know?
and drive build.
Me drive and me drive and working out.
Why we save up is Phuntsho do the 5-hour drive in. So 5 Stephanie Sue episodes no
cute.
That's when we went to Phuntsho.
So we went to perform at Phuntsho Mega Night Deba. The logo I told him Stephanie Sue 아니 Soul Fairy gidi nyen bisho lapsi.
Soul Fairy가 코리아 얘기돼요?
Korea gi ankol nyen bisho lapsi because when I came down to Phuntsho nga nyen bitibs
It's so sad, yeah.
logo ya tom the khotibs adenes.
I
Inola, I finished listening to it. She sips like
Oh yeah, I cried.
It was very passive.
I know, it's so unfair.
Oh,
Those
man.
kids.
You know,
trapped.
after watching that episode, I was like, I hate Koreans, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so angry.
They didn't have to die with them. They could have been saved.
And
They
it-
were just being so obedient.
And it was also like politics.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
much.
It was so
Everything is political.
It's like, exactly. It's
Fuck, I was like, oh my. The worst part was the part when the parents said birthday, when they came to that harbor and they saw the ship like that, man, and the kids still inside. They were like, you're literally watching our kids drown slowly, second by second.
See, live look
And they could have
See,
saved
B
them.
say live B look the Coast Guard. Did you hear?
They announced to the nationwide. That's why drivers didn't come in time. No, was it?
Because money, this is just collateral damage. Just few lives. What? So remember the
Yeah,
that's so sad.
it's basically they try to cover it up no, very badly.
I know.
The worst way to cover it up with all the eyes on them, and we're seeing each and every day they fuck up more fuck
It
ups.
was all uneasy. Last in politics because Korea government did not want to look like they
couldn't
were
handle the
not
situation.
capable
Exactly,
of handling that situation.
exactly.
So they rejected other officers, other help.
Yeah.
Because in that area,
Japan, the
US ki the Japan
yeah.
Marine deal mo.
Oh, eh.
It was basically the president and also the captain, but it was basically, I remember it's like a good way of the public knowing how the culture of the government was,
True.
the attitude, what they prioritized,
Yeah.
you know. They prioritized, money and image
Ego.
over everything, including lives of children,
True.
including what you call the sake of community, what the family was going through. That was all secondary, all down the drain. Korea jigs tongo, we have to make
Exactly.
money. That was number one. No, so that's what
Also, but it was not politics. Also, no? It was the ship ferry owners also.
Yeah.
They were getting so much
But
more.
money-
No,
no,
politics,
So
politics is
they have power in that politics.
How,
like the role
how they
play.
got that opportunity to do that?
Yeah.
The Coast Guard also. It was
honestly.
private. It was private. It was private. All politics they got the job.
Yeah, personal is political.
Okay.
Lakatu.
Yeah, now at least we understand.
Okay.
Let's not talk about politics anymore now.
It's 10K special cake
Oh.
for you guys.
Oh,
That's why, man.
oh shit! On camera,
Oh,
really?
And it's a
Yeah.
pink cake.
That's why
Oh,
we asked you if you guys could
Oh,
wait.
good.
That's good.
oh shit! Oh god, you guys literally caught me off guard, man.
Thank you, though.
You guys didn't even get me a cake on my birthday, man.
That is so cute.
Oh, thanks, man. Oh, come on camera now.
It's from the
Come on
interns.
camera now. Okay, guys, interns are here. Thank you so much, man.
Wow,
100K,
Hey,
thank
You should show it like this.
Thank you. Wow, oh my shit, man. I'm a cry on camera now. Just kidding. Wow, thank you. It's the thumbnail now.
Yeah, thumbnail. Oh, this is such a cute cake.
Okay, wait, just pose for the thumbnail. Pose for the thumbnail. No, let's show it for the thumbnail. Well, thanks, you guys. Thank you so much. Why? She's late. Jojo, I need to late now. One more little more. Excuse. I was to say sorry. Huh? Is this to say sorry or is this because you really wanted to? Huh?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you everybody also for watching.
What flavor is it? Vanilla.
Okay. Where do I keep this? Will it be distracting if I keep it here?
Let's break.
And we're back. We just cut the cake. Thanks, interns, again once more, and those who have subscribed and enjoyed. Okay, let's get back to the conversation. Inola, you can have this in the meanwhile. What were we talking about? Korean people dying. I love the emo. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about others. Oh, yeah, you said before because I think we rambled on for an hour about other stuff more. Let's talk about Kashlonga, which is usually our go-to personality test of SHOUTOUT. What is your favorite Lay's packet color? Wait.
Okay.
You guys know what I'm gonna say. I think it's blue.
See, it depends.
It's always blue.
Hold up.
No. when I'm like on a ride, you know, when I'm sad, blue lace because it's spicy, you know. But otherwise, if you have yogurt next to you, green lace and curd. Oh my god, best combo.
Green lace.
He's a green lace guy.
Yeah, depends on my mood.
Okay. What about instant noodle? What is your go-to instant noodle?
I mean, like, I think we grew up with Coca, right? So Coca is OG.
Yeah.
But when I want to eat properly and fun, of course, Samyang.
Okay.
Pink one.
Oh, you're a pink Samyang. Carbonara.
Yeah. Because the other one is too spicy for me.
Okay. I would recommend cheese. Have you tried the yellow one?
No.
The yellow one is like carbonara because it's cheesy and it has.
No, I don't like the yellow one. It's too cheesy.
Oh, it's too cheesy.
Yeah,
Okay.
the pink is a perfect balance between the yellow and the black one.
Have you had the Samyang tteokbokki carbonara?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
better, even better.
Tteokbokki again, microwave na built up in. It's not properly cooked, no. So it has that plasticky.
I thought you're supposed to boil it,
Texture.
remember? Then you put it back.
You have the cup na bin microwave pinigi.
Oh, I don't know. I usually boil it myself.
Oh, maybe I should boil it next time.
떡볶이 zor mishime.
Just boil the water. It's rice cakes, man.
I mean, the samyangi, the one that you get, I feel like it's very like plasticky in texture.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like that,
Yeah,
no?
yeah, it feels, I get what you're saying.
Exactly.
Have you been to Korea, by the way?
Not Korea. I've not been to Japan close enough.
Hey, you been to Japan?
Yeah.
When have you been? When was it?
Last year, Osaka,
You went for vacation or for work?
for work.
Oh, you went to Osaka.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you go to Nara?
No, I just stayed in Osaka for like a week.
Naraji?
Nara Park is right next to it. Did you go to Kyoto?
No, see, I didn't.
right
travel.
next to
I
there.
know,
It's
I was
alright.
too lazy.
Yeah.
I just stayed in Osaka for a week. My friends traveled around the country. I didn't.
But did you like at least explore Osaka?
Yeah.
Okay. And Yemen, what is that?
Dotonbori.
Oh,
Donbori.
Donbori.
Donbori, yeah.
Thailand 이민하고 이거. Sorry.
Thailand.
It's a like it's a party, like a street in Osaka, really happening.
Yeah.
돈부리.
Donbori or the
Donbori.
Donbori?
Running man
Oh.
logo. Oh, the
I didn't get
Donbori
the
guy.
hype
The
though.
Donbori man.
I saw it on TikTok and I go there and it's just like a poster of a man like this.
But yeah.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't much, but the seaside, I went for New Year's countdown, so it was nice. It was very nice in Osaka. But I think more than Osaka, I enjoyed Kyoto. Kyoto,
I've heard really good things.
Got the more RD in East South got the Japan more mission. Where's Kyoto and Osaka?
You would know.
Okay. Next to Korea is like Fukuoka, Fukushima.
North Katuna.
South Katum Demenade. South Korea like women. Mashi, I don't know. I really don't know.
South
Again,
Korea?
fact check.
I don't know.
Japan is an island member. Which South Korea peninsula member?
South Korea chica border is yes.
Oh, the Yata diva. But
So that
which
is
part of Japan? Like
Kyoto.
Korean.
I think Osaka is like central. I don't know.
can just
I went on a
Google it.
plane. I didn't go on a thing. It's longer train number jonga. But train na hisu.
Yeah. Did you guys see the slime mold? Gianni?
Huh?
And Tokyo railway solved
No,
everything.
Man,
You guys didn't hear of that?
slow.
And Tokyo railway system di, when they are trying to build the metro, they're trying to figure out the fastest and the logistics ki take up the train station gate shanna. So they kongi zomi di, kongi okay, there's a train station here, so they put like grains, okay. Then a bana slime mold chilo, and slime molds they eat these things and travel lo.
Oh, I've heard of
So
it.
it replicated almost the same way the Tokyo rail is built lo. So
I thought it was
nature is
based on ants, no, man, yeah? No. it's-
Remember, I slime mold.
Oh, okay.
So they're saying that nature is trying to find the quickest way possible, what humans do. So it's replicating Tokyo railway loss almost.
Damn.
Yeah,
And slime mold.
that's so cool.
But I'll tell you one thing. The railway system is very good, man.
So professional,
Like
punctual.
there's so many lanes, but the signboard the chica tuck, and it will come on time. That's why I miss the trains and the toilets.
Yeah, the toilets,
Yeah,
my
no, see,
God.
everyone, see.
Gasm bidet, yeah.
Yeah,
But there. You can
That's just
control the
the start.
rhythm. You can control the rhythm.
music.
You can press more music so people outside won't hear what's your business.
Also, like,
It's warm seated warm.
also I found Japanese people really cutesy. It was so surprising because like the minute no, even in the airport, the minute I entered, like the way they would talk, everything is so cute. The signboards, everything is so cute. I was like, oh my God, this is too cute.
Yeah, even their small ramen restaurants.
Yeah.
Intricate.
And I heard Japan is a good place to travel if you're traveling by yourself, no? Because
Yeah.
like it's just individual thing. You can do your own thing.
Yeah. Imbe.
You traveled through and bina like going to and some consultants Lhazom bina.
No, so we've started a travel company.
Oh.
Yes, recently. But then so ADB, I had a project with them. So there was a travel convention in Japan happening, international one.
So you traveled solo there?
Yeah.
Oh, how did you talk with converse there?
Paya? No, that was a convention, so it had, I don't know, over hundreds of people, but we had a panel discussion, panel talk. English day.
Japan, yeah.
I mean, I was only in Osaka, first of all, but then even in Osaka, people were just minding their business. Nobody was like, oh, just a single girl by herself. Oh, except for this one time where like there was this white dude. I was near Donburi, Patap Day. This guy comes and he's like, hey, so beautiful, so beautiful. And I was like, I just walk away, okay? I walk and I go to the nearest Daiso. I go there, it's after 5 minutes, and the same guy has followed me, and he's like, hey, you speak English? I got so scared. But it was a white man, so that's the only bad experience there. Otherwise, the Japanese were really nice.
Yeah, it's very safe.
Very safe and very mindful, very kind. They don't bother you.
Yeah, you mind your own business. But then also they have like rules, like in the train, don't talk. You shut up in the train. Otherwise you'll get looks from Agis and Angis.
Even
you shut up. No, you hang up.
No. Even
and
the
they still look at me, man.
No, even the bars. Not a lot of noise, small bars, just like one group bidome. Like you can't make a lot of noise, I was like, what? It's so interesting. But then again, Chikaben, the street was very chaotic, very crowded.
The young people, there's the young crowd who don't care, and then there's people who really care. But then 80% people really care. The 20% of people who like hang out in the streets next to 7-Elevens to drink strong zero, those are the people who don't care.
Also, I saw mostly white people begging, also like creating scenes. Yeah, there were like a lot of white people on the road with signs saying, "Oh, fund my travel," something like that. I was like, oh my god.
Backpackers.
Yeah, backpackers. I was like, oh.
And businessmen more.
Friday nights are very exciting. Okay, well, let's talk about something at the top of the mind you want to talk about before the podcast.
Death meal.
Death meal.
Your last meal.
Yeah, okay. So do you have a? If you don't have a death row meal more, you can make. But you can make optionally a thali and put your favorite dishes in it.
No, full course meal, okay?
Okay, so like this, you're the right person to ask. Okay, go for it.
Lapping from Bhutan Lapping House.
Okay.
Like, again, that also one dry yellow lapping, one wet yellow lapping, and one wet egg lapping. From Bhutan Lapping House first.
Okay.
Then pork ribs from Zone with emadasi and dal.
Okay.
And then for dessert, ideally Swiss Berigi ice cream cake, Pema.
Oh, that Black Mountain cake. Oh, Black Forest. Black Forest cake.
But now I like deep ski donuts and also pastries at the site.
Okay.
So that would be my.
Any beverage to wash it down?
Coke or ice matcha latte.
Oh, okay. And is Coke diet or with ice or room with no ice?
With ice, diet.
Okay.
Crisp.
This is a frat house. We have people coming and going every 1 hour more. The trap house, we call it.
Yes.
Okay, Regita, you said you want to talk about something about dating women. So we have a female audience who like to talk about these kind of girlier topics. I won't say girly topics, but girlier topics, which we haven't talked about. Yeah, so anyways, before we get into that, Tshering lo, pinda lo, gustutan solom chizera duo. So we'll talk about dating a bit. So if anything you want to talk about dating, whether it be it in terms of the popular icks or the red flags or something about, you said something about coming out in public and making your relationship open. So anything to add on that you want to talk about? Any fun things?
I mean, I think from my experience, I don't think it's a good idea to publicize your relationship online just because I think people are very nosy that they think that they have a say in everything that you do or don't. And then even when it ends, people keep on like tearing you apart. So I think as someone who was, I think, more public in my past relationship and used to do vlogs and all of that, I faced a lot of backlash when the relationship ended because I think people have this parasocial relationship with you, even if you're not popular also.
Living through you.
Yeah, living through you. But also they think if you are someone who's out there online, more public, if you make content, even if it's music, they think they're entitled to just demand you to do a certain thing. So in dating, they're like, oh, you have to stick to this person. There's a lot of pressure. So I think especially to young people, and also another thing, do not promote any men for free on your platform.
What about 17 again.
That's my husband, you know.
That's different.
No, I'm joking. But I think some things in your life should be kept private.
Okay.
I really enjoy it
You
now.
learned that, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really healthy that way. Remember, Chindi, oftentimes you're pressured to put up a certain image of your relationship just because it's out there in the public. You know,
okay,
know what I
that's
mean?
fair enough. So when are you going to soft launch your boyfriend?
I have soft launched my
You
boyfriend.
soft launched.
Yeah.
Soft launch ko lagayega.
Yeah.
Which platforms?
Tell him what
Which platforms?
Tell him what soft launching is first.
Oh, that's so fun.
Soft
So,
launch.
Ani, you know, right?
But let's see if audience doesn't know what soft launching means.
So, I remember him, people would be like, oh, directly Facebook, na, getting married
In a
to.
relationship with
In a relationship too, right?
Is now in a relationship
Yeah.
with him.
But then
He's now
again,
getting to know
Is now in the talking phase.
No, it's like this. Him when you post pictures, no. So now when, because you don't want people to know exactly
But
who
know-
you're
know a
dating, but
little
know
bit.
that you're dating.
yeah.
Oh, back, hand, coffee date with 2 coffees. Or a car ride with your partner's hand, you know, like, or a song, and you'd be like, the emoji, 2 people
For her.
emoji, you know, like that. It's that soft launch where you are launching the fact that you are seeing somebody,
Someone,
but
but
you
you're
don't
not
want to,
revealing
yeah,
who
the
it-
details.
Not revealing too much details.
Also because people are stalkers, so you don't want to put the tag of your partner, because then they stalk them. So you don't want that also. So that's soft launch. And then after a few months, when you're like, okay, this is really good, and we're happy, and
Then hard launch.
yeah, and if you can convince your partner to pose a certain way, when you're confident that your partner is now good at posing, and like, okay, now it's time to put the best picture out there, and just be like, you can say hard launch or like use a song, you know, and a caption. But then I think TikTok is fun to do soft and hard launches because again, a lot of people feel comfortable just writing cute stuff. Instagram is, I think, a bit too intimate and also like bit old people. Do you know what I mean? When you do it on Instagram, it becomes too official, too strict.
Oh shit, the
TikTok,
dynamics,
yeah.
man. I learned this thing.
Politics.
No, it is. I mean, it is political. But TikTok, it's fun. You can be cute with those trends, you know, hashtag, different trends happening. So yeah, soft launching is better than hard launching for sure.
You've done soft launch, have you done hard launch?
So whenever I've done soft launch, it's so interesting TikTok now, the amount of saves, the views, the shares, people are like stalking so bad. The few times that I think I hard launched once, but I think around 200 people viewed my partner's profile. They were trying to stalk who this person was.
Yeah, obviously when you're in the public sense.
But luckily my partner does not have a public profile. So they could not, and he doesn't have TikTok, so you know. He's out of that.
So no hard launch so far.
I mean, yeah, not so much.
But right now there hasn't been a hard launch yet.
Not on my Instagram for sure.
Okay, that's the hardest launch in there. Okay. No, let's check soft launch big. Did you get soft launched? Even if you didn't launch, did you get launched? Soft launched bigger.
Yes, I think I got launched.
You got launched?
Yes.
You got launched. What the fuck is that?
That's the washing machine.
Oh shit, my bad.
Someone's washing their clothes.
All right. Okay, then let's hear about since you're a little bit into this kind of stuff more, let's talk about, you have any icks in men, Bhutanese men? You have any icks?
Everything.
Yeah, be specific to your own icks. It's okay. We won't judge or something you want to share. General icks.
General.
Okay, I'll come to the icks based on what I like. Okay.
Okay, but do you have also like what Lekzin told us last time? Was like, yeah, no, which is like a super ick.
Yeah.
Do you have a yeah also?
Yeah,
Probably no, probably.
just
Let's hear it, man. Let's hear it.
My act segment.
No, I think people who don't want to like learn and grow
Yeah.
professionally, like
Oh, okay.
that's a very big ick for me. Like someone who's like, okay, I just want to be stuck here. I'm done. I don't
Career-driven,
wanna-
that's
No,
it.
yeah.
Who's no ambition.
No ambition, basically.
okay.
Because I think I'm someone who's always like, okay, I want to learn, I want to grow. I
Okay.
need that person to be on the same pace. Doesn't have to be the same field, but I want to be challenged mentally. I want to learn from this
She has
person.
to elevate me and I
Yes,
elevate him.
yes, grow together, build each other up.
Okay.
Yeah, so like, especially in Bhutan, there are, I think, few gentlemen who tend to be very stagnant in that, I guess, state of mind where it's like, oh,
What a nice way of calling somebody a bum.
Sorry.
yeah, but for me,
Bum's ya law, Kaushnale, do shave your ass and go apply in this song or some shit, man. I don't know, man.
yes,
Okay, sorry. Okay, any other icks?
he said that, not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be like, oh, bitch, to me, you know. But yeah, another ick. Oof. I don't want to trigger men.
You don't want to trigger men, yeah. No, that's
Because
good.
I'm
Give me-
bisexual.
Engagement.
No, because I'm bisexual, right? So
Okay.
for me, I'm attracted to both men and women.
Okay.
And this is, again, not a choice, right? Unfortunately, no, I'm not going to say that.
I'm not putting words in her mouth, by the way, guys. Okay, anyway, go on.
Yeah, but then I think, so another ick for, like, it doesn't have to be a man or a woman.
Okay.
But I think someone who's too lazy.
That kind of falls into the first ick, man.
No, that's mentally, remember, no, like, oh.
Physically lazy.
Wow, no.
Physically
Any
lazy.
type of lazy, no.
No, I love.
No.
What I mean by that is, again, I'm someone who doesn't have a routine of my own, right? So if I have somebody who doesn't have a routine of theirs also, then it's a mess.
Dysfunctional.
You know, no, like not a good match.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean?
okay. All right, I got a good idea. Let's play He's a 10, but... This
Okay.
He's a 10, but he's got no ambition.
0.
0? Wow, damn.
Again, ambition could be like something
Damn.
as small as like liking sports, something like that too, and wanting to do more in it. You know.
Okay.
But if no ambition, oh my God, no.
Okay, he's a 10, but he's 15 years older than you.
Since I am 26, 15 is fine. So he's a 6.5.
Huh? 6.5.
Daddy vibes.
Daddy vibe. So what is, let's say more right now, you already have a relationship more. Let's say what is the oldest you did? Like considering all now, whatever age you are or whatever your preference is, what is the oldest you would go to? 45?
Again,
Okay.
but they have to give you like the daddy vibes, you know, like
Daddy vibes,
when I
damn.
said,
Okay. So,
like
okay.
just proper, like looking fit and like, you know, being very like ambitious and like cool. I think 50.
Oh, shit. Okay, so Uncle's chance
No,
to
no.
Uncle's chance to
Don't.
slide in.
I should be attracted to them. They should not be attracted to me.
Ah,
That's creepy
okay,
if you like someone that young.
Okay. He's a 10, but he's 5'5".
He's a 4. I'm a
Aye, short kings, man. Sorry, those.
Sorry, man.
Sorry, my bad, man.
No, I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8". I'm pretty tall for a woman. So 5'4" is
Okay, 5'7". Okay, 5'8". He's
5'8".
5'9". Okay. He's a 10, but he's 5'9".
he's a 8.
Okay, it's good.
I like-
5'7".
He's a 7.
Okay. All right. Okay, one more in my top of my head. He's a 10, but he follows a lot of girls on Instagram.
So see, Ngapin, I'm really chill about it.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not someone who prides on my partner's activities like that because I'm very secure.
Okay, all right.
I feel like if the relationship is faulty, it's because of the two people.
Okay,
So
fair
third
enough.
person has no power in that.
Fair enough.
So, but then again, I say this, but there are some men who are like just obsessed about certain, like, just like a lot of girls and just their physique. That is pretty shady and it's creepy. So following just a bunch of girls is fine. But if he's following like a certain type of like girls, you know, online, like, you know,
You'll go through and check it.
I don't say. But then if I happen to know that, okay, this person is only following like this type of girl, like it's like in hundreds and let's say 20 friends and 100 just girls he's obsessed with, oh my God, that's like, he's a
So what is he then?
2.
Oh.
Because I mean, have some like pride in
Okay.
yourself also, no? Like, why would you do that? Like, that's your online digital footprint, you know?
Okay.
Like,
Okay, final one I'll give her. He's a 10, but he's bald. Yeah, check that.
again,
Good
I
looking,
think
rich,
Okay.
young, handsome.
smart,
But check that.
kind.
Kind.
Then he's a 9.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I mean, if I don't want to be judged for a thing that I like for my physique, I don't want to judge someone like that too. If
Yeah.
I find them attractive, I
So-
find them attractive with or without hair.
So if you was a 50-year-old bald
no,
kind
no,
man,
no.
cook up do. But wait. But 5'5" inches, sorry. No chance.
Oh,
no chance.
Oh, no.
No chance at all.
No.
Lex Luthor, maybe.
Lex Luthor vibe.
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor.
I do
Yeah,
tell.
mama. Lex Luthor. vibe.
Lex
Oh
Luthor.
no.
That's
Can I go
good.
back to my? I want to date people.
I know, sorry, I don't want to judge their physical appearance.
The height.
Oh, what the
The
hell?
height is where I draw the line.
Nah, sorry.
The height again because that will give me complex.
But that's why I feel bad for you. The short kings always get left out.
The
man.
short kings have short girls. I'm 5'8".
No man, the short girls like them tall guys. Okay?
No, the
and the
short
tall
girls can
girls
go
like
with
the
short-
tall guys also. So the short kings get nobody, man.
No, they can. Like the short girls.
Sorry, man. My bad, man.
No, I am too tall. That's why. I mean, usually I already feel like I'm taller than the rest. No, I don't want my partner to be like that
But
short.
why
no.
though? But why?
Huh?
But why? It's purely vain reason.
Don't you know
Mental
any
wiring
Kishto
won't
Big Girl Fantasy by Kishto?
Dio 다니기리.
No, Lee Youngjin, right?
Dio.
Youngji, yeah. So Big Girl Fantasy, basically being tall already, like I think since a young age, you're seen as like this mature person, you know, like you don't need to be taken care of, you're independent, you know. I don't want someone who's like short like that. It gives me that complex. I'm too tall, Sarah.
Okay. Sad
But
on you,
short
short
kings,
kings.
please live your life.
Short kings, boom, char, foot, this attack chop. Okay, let's move on. I was going to ask you another thing, which is in the top of my head now, it's gone. That's them. And he's okay. He's a 10, but he's got a dad bod. He's like 100 kg.
He's a 10.
He's a 10, but dad bod.
So Annamo, again, I don't want to come off like very political and like
No,
diplomatic.
fair enough. It's just your preference.
But then I feel like if I'm attracted to somebody, I'm attracted to them for the way they are, right? And so if I like this person for like them being 100 kgs or whatever, then that's fine.
Okay.
You know?
So what is he?
So it doesn't change, numbers don't change.
No.
Attraction is beyond
that time you had a number, now you don't have a number.
I swear to God.
Okay.
Because like again, weight, like I said, if I'm attracted to you, I'm attracted to you for the way you look, right?
Okay. All right.
So okay, which physical or personal quality
Is the
elevates
most-
someone?
is the most
damn,
attractive
it's
in a-
like
in a man?
Boost. It's like a boost.
Kind, smart.
No, you can't see kindness and smartness.
You can in the way they treat others.
Kind 토이면. kindness the devil 토이면.
Oh, physically, yeah, physically. Physically, eyes, I love. I think if you have very pretty eyes.
As soon as I saw you, I knew you were kind.
One of a kind.
You one of a kind.
Not the gesture, but then if you're talking about physical and
Okay,
features,
eyes.
eyes,
Okay,
eyes,
eyes.
yes.
And
Eyes
height,
don't lie.
height, Ron,
Kind eyes.
height,
no,
Ron.
so-
La?
Don't lie, height, Ron. Height, number one conflicting factor. You got nice eyes, you got great hair, charming smile, but
Oh,
5'5".
No,
Sorry,
okay.
those.
That is because of my own complex, you know,
Okay,
my
yeah.
inferiority complex, height,
Yeah.
not on you. It's not on you, short kings.
Okay. But you say eyes, Memo.
Eyes,
Okay.
yeah, because I feel like that's the first thing you see in someone, right? And if the eyes click, the eyes don't lie, Chico.
Oh.
Um,
You know what I'll give you? She's a 10, okay? She's a 10, but she's fat. She's a 10, but she's fat, man. She a thick one. Thick litchi, man. Huh? Come on, Nola, come
I'll
on.
never-
She a 10, but she 80 kg, man. Huh? Yeah, you into girls too, so I can
Yeah.
go through it
Yeah,
to
yeah,
you
yeah,
also.
yeah.
Damn, nice. Double whammy. That's how I do it, man. 2 for 1, man.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, so again, like I said,
Okay,
if I'm
she,
attracted
okay,
to
okay, okay, okay. So same answer, yeah.
yeah.
What about you, Nola? Come on, man. She a fatty. She thick, man.
Also, my answer for short girls is the
Yampe,
same.
Huh?
My answer for like
Yeah,
girls
but you
that
can
are
you
short.
can lose weight. You can't grow legs.
No, but that's what, like if the girls are short, if the girl is short,
Yeah.
again, not my type.
Okay, so same for the girls.
Yeah.
Short, okay.
Equality.
It's also down.
Okay, short queens also down. Ah, damn it! Not just you, kings. You are the shouties also. No, no.
Join us, okay?
No, you're not 5'5", so don't worry. Okay, what is it?
You're 5'5"?
No,
No,
5'7", 5'7".
yeah, I think so. You're my height.
No, you're 5'8", Lumen.
Oh.
So probably let's do a measurement later. Okay, I'm big.
Yeah.
Okay. She's a 10, but she doesn't know how to dress up.
I can fix that.
Oh, so how much?
So, like, okay, I'll give it 9.
Wow, 9.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because some people don't want to change their style, don't they?
Okay, she a 10, but she's been ran through.
What's ran through?
Like body count numbers is like football number.
Again, the past is in the past. More experience.
No.
So-
Is that same for like a guy?
Yeah.
Let's say one guy, ex fuckboy, but now he's like, I've changed my ways. I'm a born again. I love you.
I think it's different for men, I guess.
See.
Double standard, yeah. I
Context,
gotta
double
admit.
standard, contextual.
I'll admit, yeah.
So if she's ran through, it's okay. But if he's
Ran through.
running, he's running.
No, he's ran through
He's
also.
also running.
Yeah, I mean, like, man whores are...
More judgmental than regular whores. Yeah.
No, they're more creepy.
More creepy. Yeah. I've met some creepy aunties also in my fair share.
I'm
I've had.
sorry about
I'm
that.
sorry. Yeah, it's
What tangent are you on?
I
I
don't
know,
know, man.
right?
Okay, sorry. I don't want to put you in the spot. Okay, just in my head it came. Okay, sorry.
No, audience.
Okay, let's go to the interns. The interns gache duo. Yeah. Huh?
같이 배우지 내가 같이 안 남대.
Oh? Yeah. Go.
What's one thing I have always wanted to try but haven't yet?
Oh, okay.
What is always
Okay, say. No, you say it.
제일 남나 쇼. Come. You're shy.
Okay, what is one thing that you haven't done that you want to try?
Yeah.
Driving. I don't know how to drive.
What? Hey, how can you be a girl boss and not know how to drive yourself? Japan Hishnu. Toilet mo gusto ni bidegi chushno, but you did not know how to drive. How dare you?
I don't have the drive. I don't have the drive to learn driving.
You don't have the drive to learn driving.
I know.
Well, you want, passenger princess.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just don't know how to drive. I just
But
don't have
you do want to
interest.
make the effort. What?
I want to just know how to drive.
Did you ever?
But you don't want to.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, when people have tried to teach me, I'm like a very, again, geeky person. So I'm like, no, tell me everything 10 times. Like, I want to take notes of it. No one has that patience, right?
Oh.
And I also don't have that patience.
Do you know how I learned? I Ajimgi ani lungzam parking the bike garna zui ani we accelerator ani we clutch at eb gola ani juli. Da ana lungzam pala julas. Doila menga chugi thama imo doro traffic rules legim meshe. That was my first time. Yes. But you have to conquer that fear.
Yeah.
Each time you conquer.
I know, that's what they tell me.
How to conquer my fear? Similar like Inola, I pushed myself to drive in main traffic. Lapna Tttt, I was
I don't
having
even
a
know how
panic
to
attack.
start. What do you mean, like?
The worst is uphill traffic.
Yeah.
First time, avoid these places.
I know
RTE
ABC,
Yeah.
accelerator, brake.
And RTE,
Then maybe you'll be
avoid.
comfortable driving an auto car.
And that's what they've told me.
Yeah.
But then the last time I actively tried to learn driving was like 2 years ago, and I was like so disappointed in myself. And I was like, never mind, Regita. Like, let's stay away from this. It's not good for your mental health, and this is a failure. I mean, yeah. But I want to try this year. One of my resolutions is to learn driving, get a driver's license, and then
Potentially drive. Yeah.
Yes.
At least have that skill.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a plus
Exactly.
point. Like even if you don't want to do
Exactly,
it,
it's a life skill.
emergency situation. If there was a situation, at least you could. you could
Exactly.
do more.
Time 12 this year, Samyang yoga joachin.
Yeah, man.
Honestly,
Tibe.
I know.
Ready.
Me, I learned to drive because I don't want to be dependent on other people. That's why I learned. That was my main driving factor.
When I know driving, I'll say this too.
Yeah. See, you'll get that feeling. I'll tell you. Because him the Charles to learn to pick up bay. My parents, I was tired of like going home where I wanted to on their terms, not on mine.
Exactly.
So I was like, I need any freedom to go. So now, like Nola said, midnight, if I want to go buy some little cup noodles, more.
always have that
The
and
option is always there.
I know exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes you more free, no?
Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Huh? Time in the Kamchasno. How long has the recording been? Okay, all right, then we'll throw it to you, Regita. Okay, so this is not just an interview to you, trying to deconstruct your thought process, member. You can also ask us any question. So anything you want to talk about, we can talk about anything, but maybe something in top of your head. We talk about movies sometimes. Anything you want to talk about, you can
Movies,
ask
pop
us.
culture,
Yeah,
anything.
last segment before we wrap up.
Anything.
Okay, since both of you are in the creative field in Bhutan, which
Yeah.
is on the rise right now, but it's also open for any kind of direction, right? It's very like, there's no media literacy and there's no monitoring online content the same, so anyone can be a content creator. So while you might do it professionally, so many people are just coming in. So first of all, how do you not let that make you feel like intimidated or like lose hope, because there are others who are just coming in randomly sometimes, gaining like virality overnight without doing a lot of work, so how do you, like, the competition basically, how do you manage that? How do you continue to stay like focused that this is what I want to do it consistently for a long time without letting this small time disturbance just disturb you like that? Does that make sense?
Kind of does. Yeah, you go for it.
I think that depends on the person who's creating it. Like if you're analytics driven, then that might play a part. Passion project. So we don't feel the necessity to like be better. Like when we see other people coming in, we get inspired also. So it's like a free market.
But do you not feel exploited too? Because there's just so many people, systems, industries, companies don't take it seriously. So in terms of compensation, there's little or none.
Okay. Video
Music law, like performance, basically creativity, right? Because there's so many. They could, like, if you say let's say I have a fee, and if you say no, they'll be like, oh, we have someone else to go for.
I think it's very hard to put a fixed price on this creative stuff. Show the social do more. Video take you don't know that. what's the scale of the video? I want an ad labda.
Yeah.
What does your ad entail? Where do we have to go? And just can me share about that. So, but I think corporations are slowly trying to learn the value of anzumi. That's where you're working.
Yeah, they used to know very
so I
well
think
also.
we're rising to that, but
like you have to make your own standardness because there's no standard.
Oh,
right
exactly.
now.
There's no
You
standard.
make your own standard. So let's say more like Nola said, like an ad. No, if you maybe it's up and comer guy, he'll probably say 15,000 for the ad, regardless of whatever the ad has to do. But then maybe with experience and knowing the what you call market more, you can come up to a number of what that ad is worth. So let's say this ad is worth, example, 20,000. Okay, that is industry standard. No, but you can see usually it's 20. But mine costs maybe 50 because of X, Y, and Z. And I can do this and I'll go through your process and give you what you want. And we're using this equipment, we're going to give you this. Okay, Shame, you can get it for 20K like this, but they will not provide what we are providing. So you have to add your own value.
USP.
You have to add your own value to it. So I think that's where it comes in. You have to be a very good negotiator. I think being a creator and being a business person is two different things. And hand in hand you do it. Some people brilliant creators, some people brilliant businessmen, but hardly we get to measure both. And the people who are actually doing well in this industry are those combinations where they know what they're worth and they know how to negotiate and they can set their own standard and bars. Anime.
That makes sense. I have another question.
Yeah, let's go.
Because both of you create content, be it music, videos, right? And Dotto, one thing I see is that we're like crossing the line between like content and like, unethical, practices. So again, with both of you having your platform and rise to fame, which oftentimes can be very, like, I guess, confusing. How do you actually try to be better content creators, making sure that your content is still ethical, has that compassion or humanitarian lens attached to it nonetheless, despite being profit driven, popularity driven? How do you do that actively?
That's a good
in
question.
creating your content?
Nola, you go first.
You go first. That's
Basically, I just try to whatever content that we create, we try to put in the same values that we have in ourselves. So that whether it be when we talk about something like maybe like sometimes mental health or spirituality, Buddhism, we always say like these are the things that I like about it, but don't take us for as an expert. So we cannot we try to instill the things that we like from whether it be our life lessons or anything. So those things we practice, and also bad habits we don't do it, like maybe gossiping too much. Or trying to give a really agenda-driven and trying to shove it down people's throats. So maybe these kind of practices I try this in the podcast and maybe the videos we try to do. We try to be genuine people because we want to promote genuinity and authenticity. So even me when I swear, I say fuck this, fuck that, or even when I talk about getting to rage modes, I'm being myself. So I'm trying to promote that it's okay to be yourself, but then also not be an asshole. So I'm trying to promote that. Something like that. That'll be my case. Nola, how would you say in your music?
Like in my music, for example, PSY-POD, sometimes when we're talking here, we might blurt out some things which might be sensitive to other people. So on the building, we try to remove it or if it's too much. So I think we think about what we're doing. We hope that it doesn't affect other people. I think everyone says that.
Like sometimes I make mistakes. I say some insensitive shit. And then I reflect, you cannot be a stubborn person all the time. So next time I'm like, okay, now I won't do it again. So things like that also.
So there's always someone who reminds us, So then we move forward from there. And as a song, Shabda Zomi, as a songer, as the Shabda Zomi, I think it's a reflection of myself. So I think I'm very,
how could be perceived there?
Like how it could be perceived, so I don't try to involve other things, agenda, I don't usually put it, it's a reflection of what I'm feeling at the moment. So even if I try to talk about these topics, maybe
like I think good example is the recent music video called Ngar. There's a music video which junior guys and Jamyang, they sang. It's called Ngar. It's basically grit, and the music video is about just spreading kindness and happiness, and it can spread a long way. So even small things like those kind of music videos, it's promoting Like you said, no ethical practices, so something like that.
Yes, thank you so much. I mean, the reason why I asked this question is because I'm sure you have a lot of aspiring content creators, influencers watching, no? And oftentimes they might be blindsided by fame, wanting to do anything to just get that popularity and virality. So they don't really put much like heart into it because they just think about the numbers. Oh, I want to become famous, you know. And sometimes it can be very dangerous. That mindset of like wanting to just like climb to the top without thinking about the impact of your actions. So
there's a difference.
Thank you for your answer.
But
Can I see?
So Regita, Chair, you coming from this kind of like vlogging and Instagram gig, influencing kind of background, man. So what was like? Are you still like very like in touch with that right now?
Not so much. I have my.
But you also when you started in, what was going through your head? Like was it like, oh, I want the numbers, followers, I want the likes, I want that to become a career? What was going through your head when you were doing all that stuff?
So for me, I've been again when I started social media, I just happened to be doing modeling. So people associated my social media to be like, let's say, a portfolio for my modeling, right? So there was this like, I think, pressure to like maintain it a certain way, editing a picture because you want modeling agencies. Aesthetic. Not just aesthetic. It was like, okay, how you posing, how your body's looking, you know, because you want the agencies to see your portfolio pictures and like you, right? And so when I was younger, like those beauty apps and all that, you'd edit your face, your body, all of that. And if you don't, you feel left out. You feel like shit. Oh my God, I look so pathetic. So you're not only like making yourself feel insecure, but you're creating those content being like all natural, like, you know, which is not the truth. You see young girls watching you and it's like they think that is the reality when it is not. Social media is not at all 100% real, right? So in my teen, I felt the pressure to do that, and I was giving into that. And then it hit me because I would get these messages from these girls saying, Ajim, oh my God, you're like this and that, you know, like putting me on a pedestal. And it's never a good idea to do that. And it hit me then, that even though I might not have a lot of following, but I do have a niche young people following me who are very vulnerable and impressionable, you know. So I can't be lying about these things, and I cannot be promoting that, you know. So I think that's when I stopped doing it professionally, like social media. So when I would put contents out, it just like fun, I would write more captions because I wanted people to like see or understand me beyond just the pictures. I wanted my captions to communicate with them about who I might be beyond the lens of what is being seen. That. So TikTok, I yap a lot. Again, I don't think about trends and never me. It's just a fun, small following. YouTube, I used to do that only, the small vlogs, fun here and there. But my focus was, again, being real. But again, when I say that, I don't think anyone can be 100% real. So to always put that disclaimer, take what you resonate with, what makes you feel good, leave the rest. So,
But after you stopped that and you started vlogging, TikTok, and so it opened you have to be more vulnerable.
Yes.
And other people who watch your content.
Yes.
So you got your own following.
Yes, I am glad. I think I have a very kind community. When I go live on TikTok also, I might get but then the ones who are joining my live are really kind people. So it feels like you're talking with like the same kind of people. And I love that. I love the vibe. It's real, it's genuine, you know, and you're transparent, you're honest about your vulnerabilities.
Tree audience, what kind of people are there? Like if I describe the PSY-POD audience, it's like right now, Lhazom, college students who are around from 18 to 25 age who live in Thimphu or Perth. That's my audience. So what would you say your people who tune into your yapping or whatever videos you make?
I think it's usually like young people from like teens to like I think late 20s, even like a lot of women, like mature women in their like 30s, 40s.
Oh, okay.
They also reach out to me. And I'm so grateful to that. But yeah, it's usually like, I think people who maybe might be having some mental health issues as well, wanting to like find a place to relate to or a person to relate to that, or just people who are trying to like, I guess, professionally do better. Like, you know, because I do have a lot of young people asking me, okay, how do I help them professionally? How do they become better as a professional person, all of that, career-wise? So I think teenagers, demographic-wise, I would say like 14 to like 40, that would be, but mostly women.
Mostly women, okay.
So do you consider yourself like a role model?
Oh, no.
Do you consider yourself?
No.
You're trying to be more.
I used to idolize a lot of people, even in Bhutan, and I used to worship the ground they walked on.
Okay.
And I think So you put them on a pedestal and you think that, okay, they are the perfect kind of being.
Yeah,
You know, so the smallest
Idolize
of flaw that they have breaks you. And I've had these people like hurt me,
Don't meet your heroes in the...
bully me also at times, you
Oh,
know.
damn, shit.
Yeah, no, for real though. And then it really, I think, breaks you, remember, because you really think this is how a good person is supposed to be. And so since then I've learned to not ever idolize anybody fully.
Mr. Incredible moment. No.
I think you don't want to be put into that role model bracket, but you know the responsibility that a role model should have, and you're trying to do those things correctly.
Little, yes.
Trying. Do right.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this is Peter Parker and Uncle Ben conversation.
With great power.
She responsibility to do it. She be
You don't want to be placed in that, but
because I've been in the receiving end. No, I have seen like it happen to me. The impact it has left on me. Good people being good, makes me want to be good, right? So it's the same. Your idols, your role models, all of that. But I've learned that everyone has flaws, and the only way you can accept it is if you don't put them on pedestals. Like, again, take what resonates with you, what makes you feel good. Leave the rest.
Okay. One final question. Do you have anything to ask?
Like we were talking about people who want instant popularity. Everyone's popping up. No?
Yeah.
I think there's a charm in growing. You have to know the value of failing. And because SHOUTOUT started like from scratch,
basically.
like sacrificing our weekends, viewers and me, few hundreds.
Yeah.
But he stuck through there for 2-3 years.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so that's jams memo. So people who know, it's different with people who have instant success.
Yeah, for sure. So you just want to say that? That was the question.
And I wanted to add that, but also like how difficult is it, like Ching? I know there's so. This is for beauty pageants, like Q&A. How difficult is it, like pressure, Ching, because you know it, you've been there on stage. Do you think it's intense? Like, does your mind go blank when you think about Q&As? Happen, Mabiru? Is there other people, your peers?
I mean, so I did do beauty pageant when I was young. I think for me, the speaking round was the most comfortable round because I could try to express who I am, what I know. But the rest of the rounds were, because they were based on like judging my body, tearing me apart physically. That was more stressful.
Comfort zones.
Yeah, this was comfortable because I could be anyone I want to be. I could tell you, I could speak to you, right? So you'd listen to me and you'd listen to what is inside. But the rest of them are very like superficial, very like, judging like how you look. Like I said, they're tearing you apart. So like the walking part also, I remember like when I was younger, I would feel so insecure too. Like, people are watching me. If I have a role coming out here, people but the speaking part, when again, even if you're flawed whatsoever, you still get to learn and improve on that. You can work on it. So it makes you want to try harder, unlike the other like physical appearance judging competitions, beauty pageants, if I can say so. So I think the pressure is more when you're judged physically than when you're judged for your speaking or when you're speaking, basically.
So
I heard like some like a lot of like what you call like leaders, they say like one skill which is always valuable in life is public speaking. They always say that if you can master that more, you can almost everything is simple over there. You can do public speaking. Like right now in front of the podcast, it makes me feel confident. No, but last weekend I was going to this startup center challenge and I had to pitch one idea. You get damn nervous when people are looking at you. So I think it's still a skill that anyone can master. It's still difficult, but once you do more, I think it opens a lot of doors in your network or career.
That is true. But I would also like to say, in my example, I might come off as someone who's like a little bit more confident in speaking publicly when I'm actually not. I'm very anxious. I get so nervous. I freak out also. But then, and remember, I think it's oftentimes also wrong to just judge somebody for their good public speaking skills. Because there are some people who are really good at just like being really good talkers, speakers. Like, they'll say like, they'll sell you the moonos and you'd be convinced. Right? But what is the substance behind that? So I felt like, I should be like better at speaking instead of over. Now I'm realizing, no, I need to be better at communicating. Like, that's better. You can have like errors, you can make mistakes. It's just human of you. So you should not try to aim to be like very political, very like, profound and remember, because I don't know. I think that is very corporate and very capitalistic of you to, because you're trying to get something from the audience. But to be a better communicator means that you've done a lot of like self-work, grounding, reflections, and you're trying to be able to express that out. I think that's more genuine. So I don't judge people now if they make blunders because I do the same, right? I would judge somebody for being too good at it and being like very bossy about it. Like there are some people like that. Literally, if you go to corporate events, they're like
I know. I can already
who
imagine
stand out, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, oh, no, of this person, and you leave out the others who are doing the hard work actually behind the scene.
So maybe like he's also being a good communicator in his agenda there. He's trying to communicate, I'm this very strong, intelligent person. You listen to whatever I say. He'd be good at communicating that.
So this is when I was interning at a think tank in Singapore.
Okay.
It was just this bunch, like this white old man who did not know what he was saying, but just he thought he could just lie his way. Because again, very confident English, right? And the rest of us were doing the work actually, but this man came off as the like, oh my God, the savior of the group. You know, do you know what I mean? There's usually that.
Yeah. So it's better to fake it than to know. Maybe what that means.
Unfortunately.
He made it that far to the top with that.
I mean, he's a white man born into wealth.
There's a good quote. It's like, bullshit. You can use bullshit to get to the top, but it won't keep you there. You'll fall down low. You can get to the top with bullshit, but it won't help you stay
True.
there.
Also, not my kind of people. I know the kind of people that I want to surround myself with.
Okay.
So that's just not my kind of
But
people.
because of that experience now, at least if someone is, talking a lot of hot air, can you tell?
Yeah, of course.
More. That's a good thing then. Now you can say, full of shit. As soon as you get after like 5 minutes with them.
And I try to give the platform to the other people that way. I don't just like support, okay, yes, let's all just be followers to this person. No. Yeah.
Okay, since we're running out of time, there's one last question we can ask you, then we can end the episode. So I think someone messaged me last time also saying that, wow, Regita lives a very good, luxurious, glamorous life, living sometimes in Bangkok or abroad, always like that, So we talked about, about putting people in pedestal and also the image of that. We got that part. But like, let's say someone who wants to aspire to be a girl boss, like you said, or maybe work remotely, not a 9-to-5 kind of structure. Like how would one who doesn't have any clue would get into maybe a working kind of life like you? What kind of like advice or what kind of pointers would you give for them to go on your same path?
Yes. First of all, I have to be transparent. I get to work and travel more, but doesn't mean I'm like traveling luxuriously. And I've tried to be honest about it, but I think people again want to put you in a box. So if you're, let's say, traveling somewhere, they think, okay, you're like living the most fanciest life there. That's not the truth. Like, I'm a budget traveler. I'm always going to be a budget traveler. Like, I have to be. Money doesn't grow on trees. I don't have generational wealth, so I have to do that. Just because it comes up like that, that's not the reality, first of all. So don't get that mistaken. But in terms of working, like my life, I was always like an overachiever. I used to be good in my studies, but I was very focused in like the co-curricular activities, clubs, being a captain, volunteering in like even YDF. Those I think gave me a lot of skills, communication, organizational skills, right? Those skills helped me be a bit more confident in my uni times when I would intern with NGOs. So I feel these internships, these co-curricular activities, social groups that you join, really dictate the kind of career you can have later on. So first of all, I think it's important to build those soft skills beyond just like what you study in the books. Second, Ben, to be so confident in yourself. Like I always think of myself as a rich white man whenever I walk into rooms. No, for real though, because the confidence that they have, that's what you need, because you can put in the work. You know for a fact you can put in the work. But most Bhutanese are very humble. We're like, timid. We don't really want to be like confident in our work. We do all the work, but we're like, oh no, we don't deserve it. No, I think when you walk into a room, you want to be convinced that you are the best there. Like I said. So, and then you reflect that on your CV, reflect that on your professional portfolio. And I would say this LinkedIn. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, TikTok, but Bhutanese are very good on it. LinkedIn is the best professional platform. 3 of my jobs I got through LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a social media platform where you portray your professional side. So where you network. And you can even be connected to really rich, powerful people in your line of work. Like those very, like, it could be an American, there's a billionaire also, but it's easy to connect to them on LinkedIn than it is on Instagram, right? So I think it's important to be on LinkedIn, create your portfolio, and in that, be very strategic in what you promote. Again, you have to show up though, that you mentioned, when it comes to the other content creators and them not having a standard of pay, you want to convince them that you have a USP, right? But you have to do the work. So you have to be able to sell yourself in that sense. So I think LinkedIn is where most people should go. The last thing, we are taught, okay, after high school, college pay, like come here, do RCSC or get a 9-to-5 job. That is the conventional life in me, which is not bad. That is good on its own. If that is your calling, fine. But if that's not the case, I don't think you should feel pressured like, shit, I'm failing. Because that is a lie, remember, that's the only way of living, Sarah. If you keep on exploring, keep on let's say doing internships and all of that, all of those accumulate to a big or a better professional career. So Annabin, go beyond just the traditional route. Go online, networking. There are a lot of opportunities internationally, even traveling opportunities, events that most Bhutanese don't try. Most of my travel opportunities are even opportunities that I got, and most of the time it's because I'm the only Bhutanese who applied for it. But actually, Bhutanese game, we feel like, we don't have enough, but we do actually. So I feel like you have to believe in yourself and to go beyond the traditional path of exploring. If you think that traditional route is not your calling. You have to a lot. I hope.
No, it's a good pointers. Good pointers.
Wow.
Good pointers.
Change my career path.
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
I'm coming in. I'm deactivating Facebook. Okay, sorry, uncle, aunties. Okay.
LinkedIn.
I'm coming. This episode 1. We talked
no,
about
actually
this.
though.
We talk about emerging tech.
Yeah.
If you guys want. LinkedIn. I love to.
Okay. Lastly, one light-hearted question: how to not fumble baddies?
Just be a good person. Honestly. When I say this, I really mean it. Like I said, flaws. You have to keep on wanting to become a better person. You want to do the work.
Okay.
You shouldn't be like, that's just how I am.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
because I'm stubborn, but I'm learning every day.
Keep trying to be better. Nobody is at their best.
Yeah,
you should not be like, this is it. This is where I am. This is it. No.
Except me. I'm just kidding.
No. I want to be better. Anyone, any baddie would be okay with that. They're just not okay with you being like...
Baddies.
In the buddy jong, if you're like, fucking man, this is just me. I can't do more. This is it. I'm just this slouch. And of course, you're going to fumble them.
I go from ghosted to ghosted. No, I got ghosted by her.
And she'll roast you also.
By the way, do you have any books that you like? Academic in
Good reads recommendation.
Good reads, yeah. I mean, Atomic Habits.
I was going to say Atomic Habits. I literally was
You well know her now, but did you know?
I did not know that.
Bhutan was there.
No, because I'm very critical about self-help books, because I feel like oftentimes it's very performative.
Yeah.
But Atomic Habits, I love how they're breaking down every habit, you know? So it makes sense. Logically, it makes sense. So you feel more convinced. So that book, I guess, I would recommend. Yeah.
That's it. That's the only book you got. Okay, nice. All right. Okay. I think we're running out of time now. But you should ask the favorite movies. What is your 4 favorite movies? You can just name top of your head right now.
Movies? Can I say series? I don't really watch movies.
Yeah.
Series. Euphoria.
Oh.
Sex Education.
Yeah.
Reply 1988. It's a Korean drama.
Oh, I don't know.
Everybody should watch it. Oh yeah.
What's it called? Can you come again?
Reply 1988.
Okay.
It's about family, friendship, community.
Okay.
Slice of life.
And then.
And the last one.
It can be anything.
Could be anything.
Yeah, movie, series, Bollywood movie,
TV movie,
anything.
Yeah, now I'm stuck. Can I just...
Okay, favorite YouTuber?
I'm sorry, but I have a mother, Hitomi.
What?
Hitomi? Yes. Oh my God, I worship her.
What kind of content does she make?
You should not be worshipping her.
What kind of content does she make?
So it's very spiritual, very about self-love, self-acceptance, the simple life. She's beautiful. She's smart. Oh God, she's mother.
Favorite TikToker?
Favorite TikToker? TikToker, but I don't really have a favorite TikToker.
IG page. Favorite IG page you watch?
Hitomi
right now. Okay, Hitomi. She's glazing Hitomi, man. I like football memes. It's very nice. Okay. With that being said, okay, Regita, we'll call it an episode. Thank you so much. I think you've touched a lot of things upon relationships, girls in the industry of modeling, also being a girl boss. So I think maybe some listeners can take some, tidbits from what we talked about, and hopefully it was a great episode and you guys enjoyed. With that being said, since I could not offer you anything more than hot water, and luckily the interns came and offered you some cake, this last opportunity is for a plug. So anything you want to advertise or promote, the floor is yours. You can say whether to follow you or whatever event you have. For example, usually we have singles. They say, check out my new song. You can follow me here. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. So anything to say? Look into the camera.
Okay, I've always wanted to start my own podcast.
Okay, so plug that.
So yeah, hopefully this year I'll have my own podcast
Okay.
too.
Do
So
you have a working title?
yeah, realness with reggae.
Oh.
치르잠친나.
Tattoo I mean, this is something I thought of in 2020.
맞지.
나?
Ghost 맞지. 치르 소리.
Tattoo me, because again, I don't want it to be forced. I'm not professional enough to also be committed to it, so I don't want
No,
to.
you'll learn.
Yeah, I want to learn. So
We learn. We learn.
You'll do it nicely.
You'll do it.
that's why I wanted to come here too. I wanted to learn how it works.
So yeah, you hopefully learned something. Hopefully,
I did.
And but the only thing I could say is some what you call unsolicited advice is just don't worry, just keep doing it.
Okay.
Then after the next episode, I made this mistake, I'll improve. Then I made this mistake, I'll improve. At some time you'll be like, oh, now I know what to do and I know what to talk about. So you get to that stage, then you decide whether you want to give up. But don't give up until then.
Oh, exactly. I
And
just
start,
want
and
to
just start,
Exactly.
just start.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So that's the only thing. Where can people follow you, and if you want people to follow you?
Yes. So I mean, professionally, much in LinkedIn. Don't expect me to be the same on LinkedIn and Instagram and TikTok. I'm 3 different people. Like, you know, I have my boundaries
Please
too.
don't test me.
So Instagram, it's just Instagram and TikTok is just Regita Reg. REGIT.
Okay, alrighty. And we'll keep all the links in the description below. And if this is your first time watching this podcast because of this face, please consider subscribing because of these faces. Toga. Lasso, thank you again. And before I leave, can you help me read out all the members if you can?
Yes.
Okay, so just literally just read these names, okay? Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Just read some names.
Pema, Drakpaaa, RINXIN, Bonde, Deki, wow, Deki. What's this? Inola?
Just go for it. Just
Inola,
go for it.
18 Jan, Chuksss, Phuntsho, Wangchen, TW Gyelmo, Yunseri, Mr. Meow 2S, Pukchi, Ugentek, Arsenal gunning for second, Dhendupnw Leo, Tttt, Jimmy Samdrup, Deki Lhazom, Tshering Palmo, Thinley Wangdi, Palmo, Nimatops, Jamyang Phuntsho, Zambia, Chemi, Dhendupnw, Chimi, Jintaka, wow. Casey is me, Kezang Wangmo, Lhazzzy, Ajim Tashila Pems, Ajim Kizatem, hello, Togi, hi, Jan Spike, Madness, Ultron, Bhutan, Stone Nam, Ocean, Tashidoji.
Yeah, thank you. And see, we got you your favorite two lasers. Yeah.
Wow.
This is our hamper for today.
Thank you.
Give hamper.
What an honor.
Oh, actually, that's good. Let's pose with the thumbnail. Come, yeah, this is yours now. Give me that.
More green. Blue now.
Yeah, for thumbnail.
You take the blue.
Okay. Thumbnail pose. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay. Regita, thanks again.
Yes.
All right. Until the next episode. Bye-bye. And Lasso.
Thank you, Gençusun.
Big ups, Gençusun.